as part of the legal agreement, I have to have an automated door in the front of this building. It's part of the agreement. There's gonna be zero discussion about it. We either pay roughly $15,000 for that door and have it installed, or we can just start off with a lawsuit starting at 250 grand. Which way you want it? I opted for the least of what it's gonna cost the taxpayers and agreed, along with an attorney. So there's nothing I can do, folks. This was already done a year and a half ago. I'm not gonna entertain discussing trying to get out of having an automated door put on the front of the building. This was done, it's a legal deal. So, now that that is out there, I will not address the automated door again. I don't have a choice.
We'll be talking about the workshop. I'm not
Vinny,
talking about
what did I just say?
I'm talking about the workshop. It can be discussed at the workshop. I'm not gonna discuss it now.
All it is 3 bids.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
We're gonna go over 3 bids. We're gonna make the selection of which one is best suited and most economical for the town of Brownfield. But there will be zero discussion on, do we really need it? Do we have to have it? Yeah, folks, we have to have it.
it's not what's in the APA.
Well, guess what?
I got it here. I mean, I got a copy if you want to
Vinny,
look at it.
like I can't reiterate this enough. It's a legal agreement. We can't back out of it. That's it. This discussion is
This
over.
is over now.
This discussion's over. It is what it is.
Do you want a copy?
Yes, sir.
I just have a statement, and then I'd like to leave you with some information, and then I'd like to make my way home, if that's fine.
Name, please.
My name's Justin Myers, and we don't do this lightly. I am, full disclosure, I'm running for a position on the select board. The duties and obligations of that position are not for the weak or timid. It requires you to put the town's interest over your own. It requires tough decisions to be made with good data. Quick, bad decisions with no data doesn't cut it. You're tasked with a very difficult job, you as the select board, and I believe one of the most important things about that job is to protect the community. Against the advice of some friends and mentors, and while knowing this puts a target on my back, it's important the public has this information. I'm not here to drag anyone through the mud. I'm not here on a personal vendetta, or even as a campaign tactic or strategy. I'm here as a concerned citizen. I've gone back and forth on the best way to handle this, and yet here I am, and this is the decision that I've made. As I mentioned, I'm running for select board, and during routine opposition research, I became aware of a citizen's criminal record. The seriousness and amount of charges that were pled guilty to, and the current position of this individual in town-promoted events concerned me. Just like it wouldn't be wise to let a convicted child predator drive a school bus, it also wouldn't be wise to put people convicted of theft by deception in positions to take our money by deception. Just to be crystal clear, I have no evidence of any wrongdoing by this person. But I also would invite a convicted predator to an unsupervised sleepover. It seems that the select board has no issue spending tens of thousands of the people's money on lawsuits to sue citizens, and tens of thousands on hush money suits to silence them. But not $25 to protect them. Here's the criminal record of that citizen to do with you as you wish. You now have the opportunity to do what's right, correct the wrong. It's time to make the tough decisions and do what's best for the community. It's time to put the community's interests before our own interests.
Oh, please.
When we need our leaders to speak up the most, your silence is deafening. But loud are your voices when shielding yourself and others from accountability. Don't be silent. Stop being loud. The citizens are waiting. The citizens are united. And you have a wonderful day.
Justin,
Yes, ma'am.
can you give us some examples?
Direct all board, they have all the information you need, ma'am. Thank you very much.
One thing I'd like to address with that comment section is again, folks, it is absolutely easy to utilize a platform, whether it's social media, selectmen's meeting, paper, any different type of medium, tens of thousands of dollars in litigation on suing taxpayers and hush money. I'd love an explanation for that. That's, you know, anybody, it's public information, you wanna see the attorney's fees and what they're for. Unless it has to do with, you know, personnel, it's open. So, again, there's my paper, there's no stickers or that. Okay.
Frank, Rick, and Brian, and all the town staff and employees, we'd like to, my name's Terry Egan, and Frank, Rick, Brian, all the town staff, town employees, I'd like to thank you for all you do every day for the town of Brownfield. Know that you're appreciated.
Yes, sir.
Rick, I'd ask for a
Could you
printout.
please stand, state your name?
Brian.
Mary went through this.
I'd ask for a printout from the town's attorney on that information packet I give them, like when they reviewed it and the cost of the town. Have you received that?
I have not.
Could you get that for me?
I'll fire it.
Thank you.
Okay, both at the same time.
Tracy, I wanna know if you gave them, I just have two questions. Have you given a map to the state, the new map to the state for the Memorial Park?
No, I have not. I'm gonna be having an appointment with Mr. Doug Beck and hopefully Miss Kate Dufour in the very near future. The map that is currently held, if you look at it, it does not encompass the deed that I read, and it is just a plan. If you look at that, the ball field isn't in the right spot, the tennis courts aren't in the right spot, the playground wasn't in the right spot. It was done by Mr. Pickner, I believe, and no, I have not updated that, but that's in the works along with the discussion with Mr. Beck.
It would be in the new survey, wouldn't it?
The survey doesn't suffice for that as of yet, that I know of. Again, there'll be a discussion with Mr. Beck and hopefully Miss Kate Dufour, who, by the way, is the inspector that come down and deemed that playground unfit. So I very much look forward to the discussion with Mr. Doug Beck in the near future, because I have many questions for that individual. The letter of obsolescence, even though it's been put out there that it never happened, well, yes it did, they have it. As I stated in his email, it hadn't been granted yet, which I find utterly amusing that almost a year later, well, it hasn't been granted. Your own inspector that works in your office is the one that deemed it obsolete. How can you not grant that? So I very much look forward to the discussion with Mr. Beck, very, very much.
Okay, and he also said that the $80,000 would now be $200,000 that we would have to put into it.
Well,
If this isn't included.
well, it is. Mr. Beck, I'm sure we're gonna have a very good conversation. I really look forward to having it. With the deed that encompasses all of this property, yeah, we've far exceeded, just with the new playground, $180,000 was raised and appropriated per
Why didn't
vote.
you give him the new deed when you were doing all this?
Ma'am, I was in grade school when that all
April
happened.
9th last year, when you were talking to him about it, why didn't you give him the new deed then? So
Well-
you could see that all of this was encompassed.
Well, none of those questions came up. He was well notified. We have the emails. He was well notified that that was being removed and a new one was being put in. And there is
I have all the
no,
emails.
well,
and
ma'am,
I don't see that in there.
I will implore you to ask for our emails, which can be
I did.
provided.
I did.
Did it not? Did Doug Beck, was he not notified?
He was, a lot of it though was done through a conference call, with Mr. Pine, Mr. Tracy and myself. And he was 100% agreeable. Chad can state it as well, that he understood that that was coming down and we were putting in a new one. And that because of Little League, we could not put it where it was. So that it was
They
going
asked
to
me
be.
where the new playground was because they had no idea.
So he
They had-
never asked us to provide anything after the fact. We talked to him. He never said anything about giving him a report afterwards. He just told us that we needed to make sure that where that playground was, that we were taking down, had to stay for recreational use. And we said,
Which is
yes,
correct,
it
yes,
was.
yes.
And that is all he said. He never asked me, because I would have provided all of it. As the chair of the playground committee, I would have handed it all over to him with no questions asked. I would have given him whatever he was looking for. But him and Kate, or Catherine, who I talked to quite often, never requested any of that information from me.
None of them even knew we put a new playground.
I will correct that with Mr. Beck. No, ma'am,
No, I've spoken to both of
Yes,
them, and they
ma'am.
both said they did not know we put a new playground
They-
in.
they-
They asked me where it was.
They
did
knew
not.
that we were
They
putting
knew.
one in.
We have the email.
I have the email saying,
Yes.
where is it? We didn't know
No,
we knew
no,
where
ma'am.
to put it. I can provide you
We
with
have
that.
the emails from last year
I have them too.
that stated we were putting a new one in. And Doug Beck
No, where?
and Kate Dufour,
It
again,
doesn't say where. It doesn't say we're gonna take it off
Well-
of that property and put it over here.
again, I'll ask
And you also
everybody,
didn't let him
I'll
know
ask,
that these were encompassed together.
I'll ask everybody. The town property located right here, is it not all used for some type of recreation for the,
Yes.
for the town?
Yes.
An adjoining property does not count.
And then I
When
can
you
get,
show him the deed, that this is all together, he does not know that.
that's fine, and that's why we're gonna have that conversation with Mr. Beck and hopefully Ms. Dufour as well.
Great.
No problem, I will correct the wrongs. No problem. What I find amazing about this entire subject is the accusation that we've not been good stewards of the Dunn Memorial Park. We have upgraded this property exponentially, even in just recent history. Again, folks, you can blame me from 1989 when that was dropped in the dirt out there. I'll take full responsibility, 100%, because I